Are you trying to set a ding dang? Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Look at that sweatshirt. Oh, you got the different one. That's cool.
Yeah.
Needless to say,
Needless to say, sweatshirt. Ayo.
we
I
got
love it.
needless to say, we've got a lot to talk about.
We have so much to talk about.
So much.
And this is one of them. Ignore my kitchen, please. How horrible.
Yeah. Looks good. Looks fine.
Yeah, why are you there?
You can see
Oh,
you can see my kitchen. It's like
here.
kitchen talk.
It is. Let's just change the whole pod.
The whole pod to kitchen talk.
Kitchen talk.
We're just
Cancel these.
yeah.
Cancel these.
If you ordered one, send it back. We'll get new ones.
We got new stuff coming. I
The
look, you just shaved your dome recently.
yesterday, I got one from Seattle.
Oh,
Got one from Seattle,
shiny.
and it was pretty long. It was shaggy, so I chopped it off
Oh,
before.
was it?
Yeah.
What did you do in Seattle?
Worked on Chelsea's mom's house and
Oh, nice.
spent time with family. It was a quick trip. It was like not even
Okay.
a week, so just a few days.
What part? Where does she live?
She lives like in Redmond, so
Okay, so near Devin's mom.
yeah, I think they're in the same hall.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
so same area as the rest of our family. They're all right there.
Okay.
So
Now you're going to be upset about this, but in about 20 minutes, I'm going to have to take some nuggets out of the oven.
uh-huh.
I didn't want you to think I was too on my toes today. So I went
Um,
ahead and popped some nuggets in just in case.
you're like, I'm gonna be early,
Yeah.
but also have to pause to get nuggets for a
Yeah.
nugget break.
Yes. I was like, well, Jake's not ready at 6:28 when I'd not received my text. Of course, I had to get nervous
Chelsea's
to
here.
do that.
Yeah.
Chelsea's here. Chelsea's here.
She's got to pull out nuggets in like 20 minutes. So if you could edit like please wait, please hold with like elevator music while
Ah,
You can do that and speed the video up.
oh yeah, I can speed yeah.
yeah.
We'll come
You
up with
a
some
speed
good
up
edit.
would be good too. Yeah,
Yeah.
speed up would be cool. So
So
anyway, you did that, and what else?
what else? We haven't really talked in like I don't think we've actually really talked since we were all in DC together because we've done one pod,
I
but
thought we did a pod since DC. No?
we've done one with Paul and Sarah,
Yeah.
but we didn't like catch up really. This is like a non-guest.
Yeah.
What the heck's going on with us pod?
We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. So I will tell you this, back not a quick reference to are you taking care of yourself? Darren did get his CPAP and you'll have to talk to him about it.
Okay.
I mean, he thinks it's killing him, of course. He thinks it's strangling him every evening, but no, God no.
No, he's not
Just
sleeping
kidding.
better.
Okay, well, it was kind of a fiasco, and you'll have to talk to him about it.
All right.
But you said February was horrible. Hold on.
Okay, so let's
That's
go
what you
back.
said.
We saw you in December,
Yeah.
and then we took a break, and then we did like a soft start. We did like one without you because you were sick,
Oh,
and then we
that never ended.
did one with you with Paul and Sarah, and
Yeah.
then I did one with the boys, and then we've been off
Yeah.
again. But I guess we could talk about what's been going on. So for me, we got back from DC, kind of flew right into work, and January seemed fine, and I was doing my month off of everything, felt pretty
Oh yeah, how'd
good.
that go?
It went fine. Like I didn't really
Have we lost more poundage that you want to discuss?
know because we just got back from Seattle, and I haven't been drinking beer, and I haven't been eating pizza, and I drank beer and ate
Oh,
pizza. I
oh,
I probably gained a couple
wow.
pounds, but I'm not like back on. I kind of got back.
Yeah.
That's where it
Well,
felt
I
like
mean, you have to live a little.
sometimes you have to gain a little to lose a little.
I know for me, I like to gain 50 to lose 50.
Right. Yeah.
Keep
So
it easily done. A
yeah.
small goal, if you will.
January was like a high of good, and February was like
Okay.
a crash of bad.
Yeah.
And now I feel better going into March.
What happened in February so much that you don't like?
Um, it's just like
You don't want to
cold.
discuss it online.
I'll talk about it. It was just really cold. We were on Zoom for everything because it just snowed like every
Everybody was
day.
sick. Yeah.
We did our KM school at headquarters and everyone got sick. So like
Oh
Chelsea
my
was sick for like
God.
a week and a half and
Yeah.
didn't like leave the house. So she was struggling. And then we just like got into like binge watching shows.
Oh yeah.
And I think my anxiety just ran rampant and
Skyrocketed.
felt myself like if we were on Zoom or something, I just couldn't like calm myself
Focus.
down, just like tapping and kicking my feet. I think
Darren was the
just
same way. Yeah. I think the amount of being on the computer again, like every meeting is on Zoom. You
yeah,
can't leave the house. Everyone's sick. You know what I mean? There was nothing on, and then the weather was awful. It was
yeah,
super gray every day. And Darren was the same way. Like, thank goodness that he bought that land across the
no,
driveway because he got three machines over there. He got a Z34 that you'd probably use in the middle of New York City to tear down a massive building in our yard that's like 5,000 square feet. And then he got stuck because there was so much like rain and crap.
yeah.
The side of our yard looked like Tri County Tool Rental was there. It looked like that was where its headquarters were. It was wild.
But he kept
I was
himself
like, another
busy.
machine.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he was trying to keep busy because his same thing, like like February, dude, I'm with you. I'm not a girl that normally goes, dude, but dude, that it was horrible. You're right. Now that I'm actually thinking about it,
yeah.
it was the worst month.
It was the worst. I think it might be top five worst months of my life. And I'm not I'm not known to be dramatic.
And I'm counting my birthday in that.
And I'm
I'm counting my birth month.
oh man. And then just
No, but
like
seriously.
I hadn't had like a slow stretch of work, like a long
Okay.
time. And it was like
Okay.
me and my friend Luke were talking about today, like looking back at our month, it was like, oh, I guess that
Yeah.
wasn't that bad. But it was just like you're just like sitting home some days, like you're trying to like work things out, like doing office days. It just was like all
Oh, it was
around,
like spinning your
it
wheels.
was just like, yeah. And then I just like kind of didn't like it. So going
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Seattle was good because it was like a little warmer. It was like in the 50s. And then we got home and like
Okay.
yesterday it was like I probably only like 50 degrees, but it was sunny and things are melting and
Okay, so it's getting better now.
yeah, and just like work is more than picking up and just everything's fine.
Oh,
It
good.
just but then I just realized like I don't know how to control my I don't know how to control like my levels. So now
Well,
like
you're
that's
like
the
you're
spring
emotionally
project.
dysregulated when you're out of your routine, you're saying?
I think partly that, but then I just never deal with anything. So then I don't know how to like control my love where I'm at. And then it like shows its head somewhere and I'm just like, oh my God, I have to
What part shows its head? What emotion are we discussing?
oh
Anger.
no, I'm not an angry person. I never get
No, that's why I was like, is that what you're saying?
no, no, I'm not an angry
That's not,
person. I'm an anxiety
no. The
riddled.
way you said that makes me think I need to ask it again.
No.
Oh
And
no.
then the monster comes
Oh
out.
no.
No.
Yeah. But don't worry about it.
But don't worry.
I'm in control.
Yeah, no, I control
I've
the
got
monster.
I control it.
I'm the one
Psycho.
I'm the one that comes knocking.
Don't worry, girl.
Yeah. No. So I just like so I'm reading a book that I'm actually excited about.
Okay, amazing.
It's called The Wim Hof Method.
Whoa, are you doing that breathing?
I just started the book the other day. I haven't got
Okay.
to the breathing section yet, but I took a cold shower today.
Oof, that's rough.
So
You're trying to keep your February going the way you're talking. Cold
no,
showers. Just kidding.
I'm trying to.
The man is a glutton for punishment.
January was a high, February was a low. March is going to start
Middle ground.
mid
Middle
Jake.
ground.
I'm going to be super mid.
You're going to be a very mid monster right now. Like the mid monster will be coming out
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Okay, so but what does he say? Because Darren and I and Jenna and Devin too, like firm believers in the Wim Hof stuff.
Oh, you are? Okay.
The
Chelsea,
breathing is
Chelsea's,
incredible.
yeah, Chelsea's more familiar with it than I am. She's listened to some of him on like podcasts before and his channel, but then I know
Yeah,
Jenna was into it. Maybe we'll have
yeah,
Jenna on to like once I finish the book, we can talk Wim Hof.
yeah. You should.
But
He does it all the time.
he makes some good points about our anxiety and our stress levels and how
Mhm.
we kind of like cater to like keep ourselves warm and not like always
Okay.
comfortable.
Yeah,
And then if you do that, you're just like you're just waiting for everything to stress you out.
yeah,
Where if you kind of put your body through some level of like cold and strain in a good
yeah,
way, that you're less affected by other stuff.
yeah.
I'm
There's
on
a
like page 20, 30, 20,
okay.
but so far
What's
he's kind of
that?
laying it out.
Okay. What's that book that oh man, I'm gonna need to fact check this. I can't remember it now, but it's basically like it's about like the next generation of people and how they're super weak and how and that's in one of the chapters is about AC.
Do you know
Like
about
AC. Do you know
oh,
what I'm talking about, Chelsea?
Chelsea?
Huh?
She's like
She's
laughing.
out of it.
She's like,
No,
what? She's got her earbuds in watching some show.
She's been dealing with the February monster, so she doesn't
She's been
really have
dealing with the
like
February monster. She needs a
yeah.
break. She's
She
like, go
needs a
talk.
break.
She's like, go talk to Melissa. I'm gonna put my headphones
I'm
in.
done. I'm done. I'm finished.
Uh,
Okay, I'm gonna find
all right,
it.
we'll look it up.
Yeah, I'll find it for you, but it's basically about dopamine, like it was a whole thing about dopamine.
Yeah.
Somebody that's listening to this is gonna know what I'm talking about.
All
I'm
right.
trying to find it. But anyway, the point is, back to what you were saying, is that you have anxiety and you took a cold shower and you're trying to make yourself uncomfortable to deal with the uncomfortable.
Right. Like if you put some strain on yourself in
Yeah,
a positive way, then when outside strains like work or traffic or
right.
family stuff, you're a little less affected by it because you're used to that strain a little bit more.
Okay.
I
And
think.
so when you're talking about your anxiety and you're like walking around and you're or like tapping your feet or whatever, that's funny because that is definitely, I think, part of an energy. I don't mean that in like a yoga way. I mean a
Mhm.
straight up your energy level way
Yeah.
of like you cannot exert enough energy to almost settle down and relax. So it's like as an example, when Darren gets sick, it's hard for him to be, like sometimes people will be like, "Ooh, I'm super sick. I'm so sick. I have to binge watch a TV show for 12 hours."
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Darren's like, "I'm gonna shred the wallpaper off the walls and I'm gonna break everything in this house if I don't get out of here." After like two
Yeah.
days.
So I
In
think
February, that was bad because we
yeah.
both got sick for like the whole month.
Yeah. You guys were both super sick.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of the person that is like, yeah, let's just watch TV and hang out. This
Okay.
doesn't affect me. And then
So you're doing the push down thing that you mentioned a moment ago.
it's like you're doing the thing, being like, yeah, I'm fine. And then you're
I
like,
love this.
oh my God, I'm not fine.
That's the name of the pod. I'm fine. Oh my God, I'm not
Oh
fine.
my God. It could be a podcast about I'm fine. Oh my God, I'm not
Oh God, I'm
fine.
not. I'm not good. And then
So
under that is going to be this is about Jake.
this is
This,
about
this
Jake.
pod is about Jake.
This pod's about Jake.
Yeah,
So
it's
enough
about
about
time that you had your day,
yeah.
really. Yeah.
So I'm
So
good right
I am fine.
now. I'm fine. There's a there's a pod
I'm okay.
there's a comedian that's on podcasts a lot, and he's just like his name's Bert Kreischer. I'm sure a lot of people know who he is.
Uh,
But like he's like, wait, do I always talk about myself? And his podcast partner's like, yeah. He
yeah,
goes,
you
do I
do.
wait? I just feel like I'm having a conversation. Do I always make it about myself? And he's like, yeah, that's like your whole thing.
Oh,
That
that's funny.
is really funny.
Here we are, Jake. Here's
Here
the
we are.
moment where I finally let you know how life's been on the other side of the screen.
So enough about me. But
Needless
you,
to say, I have more to talk about myself.
right.
Just kidding.
So enough. Actually, one more thing.
Right.
No.
There's another thing that's really been on my mind,
You know,
guys.
I was thinking, what are you? Yeah,
Um,
I
it's
actually have a
funny.
question. So
I have a
you,
question. Okay.
so I think it was the Meredith episode, the one before Polly.
Okay.
You were talking about being an instructor, Pilates instructor,
Oh yeah.
and then you've been knee deep in that
Oh
for
yeah.
since then.
Since November.
But you've also been really sick,
Yes.
and you've had other stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
So where's that at? How are you doing with that?
Totally maxed.
Max, still.
So my test out is in April. And
Okay.
I'm not going to say the day because I don't want people questioning me about it. Stress will go through the roof. Just
Okay.
I'll let you, the public, know how it goes. You know that
Don't
Instagram, like, you won't know I won the lottery, but there will be signs.
there'll be signs.
You'll know if I pass this or not.
Don't call me, I'll call you.
Yeah. I don't need the check-ins so that I can then be like, no, I failed, but thanks for checking in.
Right.
I'd rather be the one that's like, so yeah, that was 2 weeks ago, and I'm about to test again because you can do it one more time or something,
Okay.
and then you have to like, I think, pay to test again. I don't know.
But you've done tests like once a month, right? Or some sort of like
So you
next
do
step.
assignments. Basically, what I'm doing, Jake, is I'm living the college lifestyle.
Mm,
I am tempted to go back on Adderall every day to get through the tests
okay.
and assignments, and I'm
And
not, but I am on 14 different supplements for my brain if anyone
okay.
has any suggestions about memory recall, memory in general, working memory. All of those things are affected by ADD.
So are you talking physical tests or like paperwork, like paper and
Both.
pen? Both. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was kidding about being maxed. It's kind of weird. I am maxed, like mentally, because when you go, so basically you sign up on November, I signed up in November. You have a year to do all four modules for
Hmm.
you to be certified to teach level one, Mat, Reformer, Cadillac, all these other little things. They
Hmm.
like to call them apparatuses. So I will do that.
Okay.
I said machine at one point to my master instructor, and she was like, I'm sorry, the what? And I was like, well, the reformer. And she was like, apparatus. So we'll
Okay.
keep it on the up and up for the
Side
Pilates
note,
world.
what is a what is the general disposition of a master instructor for Pilates?
Well, I would say, wow, that is a good question.
Because I
You
have it
can,
in I have like an idea
what
of
is your idea of what's happening?
uh
Because then this is about you. So what is your idea of what a Pilates master instructor, which will not be me, by the way. Like I will not be an MI. I will just be an instructor. Simple.
um between 4'11 and 5'1",
Yes.
really pulled back hair, like not loose. Maybe like a
Okay.
high bun, not like a full high bun, but like higher than
Okay.
just straight down.
Okay. Both of my instructors have had their hair down the whole time almost.
Oh, kudos. Okay.
Kudos. Oh my
Uh,
God. Kudos.
yoga pants, something like blue.
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
Blue, not black.
for
Blue.
sure.
Yeah.
Always like there's a flower thing. There's a
Yeah. No,
it's
like shoes have like never been worn outside.
very true.
Yeah.
And they may have walking shoes and whatnot, but not like they're wearing the shoes in the studio. And
Okay.
when you're in the studio and you're teaching, you have to wear your shoes or you will fail. If you take your shoes off, you are working out or you are
Okay.
doing a workout.
Okay.
Um, so my instructor, here's an
One more
example.
thing. Strong
Yeah.
eye contact. Like
Oh,
direct eye
right
contact.
into your soul.
Yeah, and through your eyes to the back of your brain.
Oh yeah, and the back of your brain is actually running away
Yeah.
from them because they've scared you to the point of no return
Yeah.
about the test.
Okay. So I'm close at what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
you are. You're over 50%.
Okay, that works.
So my instructor, she is, I'll just give you an example. So basically you sign up in, I signed up in November and you have a year to complete everything that I'm doing, but I want to complete it by April. I don't have to do that, but I just want to get it done and out of the way. So
Yeah.
yes, I am putting a lot of pressure every spare time that I'm using. I'm creating time to study. You're creating time to get through all of the information. By the time you go to an in-person assessment, is what it's called. When you go to the in-person assessment, you have to have all of these things done and you have to have all of these assignments completed. And hey, it's cutie girl. They need to be right and they have to be done. So as an example, then you have to teach and you have to do what the teach. So let's say me and another girl are, like me and 9 other women are there. And so she will teach me one day and I'll teach her right after that. But you're teaching a 50-minute long class basically. Now that's not necessarily what you would do in the real world, but that's what you have to do to prove to them that you've done hours of your own practice, teaching practice, group practice, and yeah. So for me, I have to drive an hour to use a reformer and a Cadillac for
Mhm.
practice. So that's kind of a really big like ordeal, but she's loving enough to let me come in and use it whenever. But all the other people that are doing it live near that studio within like an hour, 30 minutes away. So like even last week I drove, which it's 2 hours from here, but I drove up there and spent like 8 hours in the studio just going over like all of my orders is what they're called. A mat order, a reformer order. It would be like how you would describe this is how you put a roof on, right? You start here and you go to here. There's a million steps, but you have to practice it and do it to show me that I'm going to hire you. So that's kind of what I wanted to practice doing for the tests out in April.
Gotcha.
So I still have one more in-person assessment in March, um, the 16th, and they're every one of them, there's 4 of them, but every one of them is 2 days and they're 8 hours both days. So you're working out all day, you're using your brain all day long. It is exhausting. And then you come home and you start a brand new module where they're like all those exercises that we taught you to do, we're going to now within that order, we're going to put 5 right here and we're going to put 3 more right here, we're going to put 2 more right here and 5 more right here. So memorize all those now and why they're there and how would you teach someone and where are the precision points and how does the body react. So it's truly like, again, you don't, you pay for things that are worth something normally and it takes time to do things that are worth anything, right? So it makes sense that it's like very intense. And I knew that it would be. Thank goodness I went to the first module thinking like I'm going to be bottom of the barrel. Second
Yeah.
module, I was like, I'm still probably going to be bottom of the barrel, because you go in and like you can just tell like people are just so riveted. They're just ready to prove what they've done. And they just pull the rug right out from under you, and you've got people crying in the middle of the thing. And they're like, I was about to teach this perfectly, and my brain just went right out the window, and you get it though. You're like, yeah, I feel you. It's
They're
brutal.
but they're throwing like everything at you so that you're
Yes.
like it's not like this is how intense your training other people is going to be, but
No.
you need to know all the steps and all the
Yeah.
orders so that you don't forget
Yes.
like down the road.
Yeah, exactly. And you can keep them all. I mean, every time I went and I come back home, I have to buy a new binder and fill it with like this much paperwork that
Okay.
you're reading and you're studying and you're doing. And there's a month in between each one the way I'm doing it. So I am doing it very quickly, but like I think for me, and Darren said this too, I feel like it's important for people that possibly have had like ADD, or maybe when you were in school, like you didn't know that you had it, but now that you're an adult, you do have it. So you never really taught yourself how to be like, I'm not sure what the word, I mean, I know what the word is, but I can't remember it right now, like self-disciplined, I suppose. Right? So
Yeah, kind of like
Self-discipline.
most ADHD people aren't self-disciplined.
No, you kind of live on a reward-based situation, and I'm not getting any rewards. So it's just been that much more difficult mentally
Oh,
to
gotcha.
do it, right?
Gotcha.
So you sit there and you do all this work, but there's not a reward. And in fact, the biggest reward that you might get, you may not get it.
Yeah.
And our master instructor, she was like, I've seen tons of people fail over one small thing that they forgot, like a mandatory spot on a machine when someone is moving from one position to another, and you
Mm.
have to put your foot on it. She's like, I will watch people. I know they're going to fail, and I can't say anything. So little things like that, on top of all these other details, you just get very overwhelmed mentally and emotionally.
I would, yeah, I bet. But I also feel like because like with school, you just have to go to school. You have to
Yeah,
learn these things, but you're
yeah,
choosing this.
yeah,
So there is a level of maybe the ADHD helps you a little bit because you are hyper fixated on the one thing.
yes,
So then you maybe struggle with the reward system from a day-to-day standpoint,
right.
but you're also not like doing this and then going to English next period.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah,
just
no,
doing this.
definitely.
So there
No,
is
that's true.
maybe a little bit more, maybe a positive for you is that you can hone in a little bit more
Yeah.
than the normies.
Than the normies, than the normie kids. Oh, I know. And I'm taking like 1,000 milligrams of L-tyrosine every day and like lion's mane extract. Like I'm logged in,
You're
dude.
you're jacked.
I'm jacked on my mentals right now. Like I've never been on more supplements for like your brain to be like, hi, we're home.
Oh
We're
man.
actually ready to focus and get things done. So that part of it has been like kind of awesome. And if you have ADD, I mean, and you're wondering like I also did the thesis test, and I did that before I even decided to do this, and I started taking clarity, which is like four different like supplements in one pill
Hmm.
every day. And it was incredible. I'm still taking that. I have a subscription to it now. I feel like anybody should take that test and just see what it says. I thought it was fascinating.
Hmm. What's the test called?
Thesis. It's on thesis.com. Yeah,
THES.
THESIS. Yeah. And they were like, here's what you need to try. You try one and then the next box and the next box. And they give you enough to where they say you'll see a difference. So the ones they gave me were clarity, motivation, and self-esteem,
Hmm.
which I thought was interesting. But then when I was talking to Darren about doing all this stuff like the other night, I was like, yeah, I'm just really like, I'm pretty like Pilatesed out right now. Like I need to take a night off, and just watch Matlock. And he was like, you've been really like over the top, like doing this, like plugged into it, working for it. And I was like, yeah, I think it's, you know, just trying to get through it and prove it to myself. So
Yeah.
isn't that part of self-esteem? So I think in the questions, it's kind of like a self-esteem thing with people with ADD. Like on occasion, you've taught yourself that like you can't complete things. You've kind of taught yourself like I never follow through. I couldn't ever possibly learn a new skill. Sometimes people have those type of insecurities. So I don't know what question I answered that made them think that, but that's what they sent me. Fortunately or unfortunately, nothing happened when I took that set of pills. So apparently my confidence is through the roof.
Confidence
I
is
have no
high.
problem there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so back off. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Thesis.
Back off, thesis. Yes, I want a clarity, but no, I don't need you telling me I have low self-esteem. I'm good.
You're good there.
I'm good there. Anyways, but yeah, it's been wild. Just doing normal life and then doing that on top. I
Yeah.
definitely get it now where like, like a mom in a movie, right? She's like a single mom. She's like, I'm going back to school. Going to be a
Going back to
nurse.
school.
And
You're
you're just like, whoa, you're wild.
yeah.
She's burning the midnight oil over the books and just like falling asleep on her books.
You're
Oh
like a
man.
cutaway of like you at the rental shop, like
Yeah.
falling asleep studying about Pilates,
Oh,
and then like
100%.
in the warehouse doing like what do they call them? Like joggers or
Yeah.
where you're like going back and forth side to skaters. You're doing skaters
Skaters.
in
Just
the
doing skaters.
yeah.
Come on. Let's get with it. Come on.
Maniacs playing.
Yeah, yeah. Both my legs are on reformers, just like back and forth.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Oh man. So
They're
you
like, that's funny that engine hoist still hasn't gotten oiled.
yeah.
I'm just dead tired. Sorry, guys.
It shows you falling asleep all at like an engine that's pulled out of a truck just drops on the ground because there's no oil in it.
Totally normal for the tour. Totally
Yeah.
normal.
So you've had a busy winter. You're cramming a year into 4 months, basically,
Yeah.
and working,
Yes.
and you've
Still
got
doing all my life, other stuff, service, everything.
the flu A, right?
Yep.
And then
Darren had pneumonia, then flu A. He had COVID in the beginning. Checking on the nugs.
Devin got pneumonia last week.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, when he got back from
Dude,
Japan.
that guy, he can't, I don't know if he can hang much longer with that.
Well, he's better now. I talked to him yesterday. I think he's doing okay.
Okay. They've
So
got so much going on. I'm
yeah,
like, you guys need to take a break, like chill out.
yeah. This is where we'll pause so you can do your nugs.
Okay. Okay, so but you're feeling better though, like after all that stuff that we were talking about, like with the month being weird, like you feel better now, or do you feel like you figured out why you had the anxiety or no?
Mm, I think I kind of see where it comes from. So then working on figuring it out.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just the weather getting better and
Yeah.
work picking up and then like we just went through our schedule for the next 2 weeks with Ramapo. So we'll be there a couple of days
Oh,
a week.
nice.
So it's
Okay.
just like we're on the ups.
They're on the upswings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, what do you go ahead?
yeah, just trying to figure it out a little bit more. I tend to like say I'll figure it out and then I come out of it and then I just don't figure it out. I
So
just
you kind of are like biding your time, nothing figured out. You're just waiting for the clock to continue,
kind of
pushing all your emotions down,
yeah,
down, down,
bury
down.
bury those bad boys deep.
You gotta, you know what they say, you gotta be a man about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, you gotta kind of buck up. You kind of sound like you're losing it.
Thanks, coach.
You know what? You sound like you suck.
Mm.
Sounds to me like you need to cry to your mommy about it.
Oh man. Did we catch
Let's
up?
go completely the opposite.
Did we properly catch up? Was there any other life updates?
No, I'm still knee deep in this Pilates thing.
Okay, but like, yep.
It'll be over soon.
But I wanted to change subjects a little bit.
To
Did you watch SNL at all? Did you watch the
the
50th stuff?
50th.
Yeah,
I watched everything with Timothy Chalamet.
that wasn't the 50th though. That was just
That
like
was. He was on there, wasn't he?
no, he's
Oh
not.
wait, that was just me watching Timothy
He's
Chalamet.
just watching Timothy Chalamet. Chelsea did play for me his performance of a Bob Dylan song.
And approve.
I approve. It was pretty good.
I mean, for being who he is, I feel like he did a good job.
So I didn't like Timothy Chalamet just because I didn't see why I would like Timothy Chalamet.
Interesting.
And then I listened to him on a podcast and I was like, well, check this guy out. Isn't he fun and charming and nice?
He is fun and
Chelsea's
charming.
like, yeah,
People
why did
don't get it.
you just like didn't like him because of whatever? And I'm
What
like,
was the podcast?
uh, Theo Vaughn. He was on
Oh,
Theo.
oh, it was so good.
Oh, you
It was
listened to it.
so, oh yeah. Oh, are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
They were, it was pretty entertaining. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I get why people like Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, he's just like the dude next door, you know?
Yeah, he just looks pale and scrawny and goofy
Yeah,
and just like
yeah. He's adorable. He needs to be taken care of.
by
Oh,
a Jenner, by a Kardashian.
no, by a normal person. But I
He's
don't want
with
to talk
the
about that. Ask Chelsea. I wrote about it on my blog.
wait, you have a blog
Wait,
going? I
wait.
know about mundane sightings, but you never talk about it on
That's
the
what it
pod.
is. I write stuff on there.
But you don't talk about it on the pod that you have a blog.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know this was a constant plug for my own endeavors, Jake. I thought this was our thing.
Oh man. Well,
I thought
Monday.
this was where I thought this was where we kept professional and we don't, go on and on about our own things unless it's about you and your dieting and your
Pod.
running and
This pod is literally about us going on and on about our own things. Like a podcast is literally talking about
actually
yourself
this
for an
episode
hour.
is actually that, yes.
But
No.
normally it's not. But yeah, right now
No,
we're just
we're
talking
having
about
one moment,
ourselves.
okay? Give us a break. It's been a rough start to 2025.
Yeah, exactly. Um,
Yeah, like just
yeah,
one little excuse, and you're like, yeah, exactly.
exactly. That's
It's
what I'm
been
trying to say.
brutal. You're just like
Mm,
taking any crumb at this point.
yeah,
Yeah, 2025 blows.
yeah. That's what I was trying to
That's what
say.
I meant, girl.
Yeah.
No, in
Mm,
all seriousness, I wrote this article on Mundane Sightings about why women in general that have a predisposed disposition to love Timothy Chalamet,
mm.
why they're mad about it. Why they're mad about Kylie Jenner and him dating.
Why they're mad about him with her.
Yes,
Okay.
specifically, which is very interesting because, of course, anybody who is on any type of social media and knows them knows that very quickly some, like niche type writers were like, of course, Timothy Chalamet likes Kylie Jenner. He's always dated women that were like rich and Instagrammy, like good looking, blah, blah, blah. They were like, Kylie Jenner is the one that's not in her like normal vibe because she always dated black guys that were like rappers and like
Mm,
stuff like that. So Timothy Chalamet is just like this skinny little white kid. And they're like, this is what's weird. It's weird for Kylie, but it
mm.
doesn't matter. I still don't like it and I never will.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Noted. You think that, but he's not using her. He's like the biggest actor in the
No,
world right
no,
now.
he doesn't need her at all. I think people are just disappointed because it's like you fell for the clickbait of like the like Botoxed fake everything girl. We all thought that, okay, cutie, if you turn this computer off, I'm gonna kill you.
I will say what's
No.
funny is every time I'm listening to like a pod with people talking and the Kardashians come up and they know them,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, they're super cool.
Yeah. People that I think know them in real life love to be like, no, they're just like you and me.
Yeah, maybe that's what
Right?
it's like. But it seems like they're all like, yeah, they're actually cool people. They're not like psycho or weirdos. But maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. It's weird because even Kylie had her reality TV show and she only did like one season. It was like 10 episodes and she was like, "Yeah, I can't do this. It's weird."
Mm,
You know? Also, you think about these people have been under the spotlight since they were like 12,
yeah.
and you read stuff about yourself, right? And what's most important in a young girl's life, like in that Hollywood scene? It's like popularity, beauty, whatever,
Hmm,
And then here
yeah.
she is, and people are like ripping her a new one. They're like, we've never seen somebody with a flatter butt. She's ugly. She has no chin. Like, what? She's 12.
I guess you'd get a complex.
Yeah. So I think she did all this stuff, which actually the saddest part to me is that Kylie Jenner she's very young still. I mean, she's a young person. And now her face to me looks like she's like 29, 30.
Mm,
But it's because she's just matured her face by doing so many different things to it. It's like you can't go back from that type of stuff.
yeah. But I think that's what like
I see I've piqued your interest.
no, I just think that like everyone's doing that now. It's weird.
Yeah.
Not
No, I
everyone.
think it, and I do
It's
think it
just so
is.
much more common now. And it's like, but you can see it right away.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the whole reason too, going back to Timothy Chalamet, why people were upset that he dated her and like that was the girl for him right now is because you're dating someone that was basically like a a headliner for like change everything about yourself if you have enough money to look hot and
Mhm.
fake, change everything if you want. And
Yeah.
people kind of view him as like what you said. Like he's just kind of like this quirky little weird, charming like guy next door,
But he's
you
also like
know?
one of the biggest movie stars in the world. So it's not like he's just
Yes, 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 yes. Of course,
not
of
like he's just
course.
little Timothy from around the
No, but he kind of is still, right? No.
corner.
You said no. No,
He's
you're right. I do believe that you're right. I do think that he is like a massive movie star. And people have made such a big deal out of him being like so scrawny and what's with Timothy Chalamet. But then you watch the Theo Vaughn interview and you're like, okay, I see it. He's kind of a cool dude.
yeah, he's fun. He seems fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Little do you know, I like actually have him in a waiting room, just ready to join the pod. So he's okay. Like we could have him on the pod. No, I'm okay.
And on that note, Timothy
Bye.
Chalamet.
Now I'm gonna have to shout out, like what if? Just what if? Anyway, you're gonna have to talk to Darren about our next subject, which is just for a moment, the
Mhm.
the CPAP and how I got a couple messages from people about that because they listened to Are You Taking Care of
Okay.
Yourself? And they were like,
Let's hear
what's
it.
going on with that? And so he went and got the test. He
Yeah.
had severe, severe sleep apnea. There was a couple other things going on too, but I'll let you talk to him about them.
Well, he talked about it on the last pod where it was
What
like,
did he say about the test results?
well, you
Exactly.
listened. I'm just kidding.
I didn't listen to that one because I didn't want to hear him talking about how he views
Mm,
his sleep problems
got you. Well, he said
because
on the
I knew
pod.
it would all be a lie.
Oh,
I knew it would all be making it seem way, way better than it was or way less as awful as it was.
I think he was pretty honest about it.
You
Well, I
think
don't
so?
know, but he was like he said how many times he woke up in the night
What
during
did he say?
during the sleep test.
How many times?
Was
He
it
said,
like
I had a worse night of sleep that night.
80?
Yeah, 85 times.
85 times he woke up
He stopped
and then
breathing.
he stopped breathing.
Yeah.
And then they said it wasn't one thing, but it was like two things. So yeah, like two things
Did
working
he
against.
not say the other one?
Trying to remember. Because I asked him, do you have a deviated septum or something?
No.
No.
No. So he has central sleep apnea as well as severe regular sleep
So
apnea.
it's both sleep apneas, but they're different.
Yes.
Okay.
And the central sleep apnea is actually just like something in your brain. Like, every single day you don't think about it, but your brain is like, breathe now, breathe now, breathe now.
Yeah.
So Darren's is like, breathe now, breathe now.
Yeah, he talked about that a little bit.
He did. Okay, well, I'm proud of him.
No, he
Because I
was
was a little
honest.
bit worried that he would be a little bit like just triggered and have trauma from the whole thing, you know?
You can't do
But
that on how you're taking care of yourself. You got to
you
come,
got to be brutally
you got to bring
honest.
it. Yeah, you got to be
I like
brutally
it.
honest. Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Accountability. It's what it's about.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. I'm with you.
But
Okay.
you're
Well, I'm
saying he got
glad.
the machine. So now he has the machine.
He got the machine and then he went and put the mask on. And I don't know if all guys are like this, but like Darren was having like a very normal good day and the mask was too small.
Okay.
So that night we went to bed and it's like finally, right? I mean, you're just like, God, please let this work. You get in bed, he gets the mask out. The mask looks like it might be like the size of a CPAP that like cutie girl might need.
It's only right here, right?
So it for Darren, because his nose, he's got that Grecian thing, right? Where it's like
Mm,
"Meow." So for him, and he can't breathe out of his nose very well. So most people, you have something maybe here, or you have something maybe here, but he needs something that's like here. And that's just because his nose is huge, his face is big, his head is big. And so he put the mask on. And in order for him to even have it fully connected, because it'll tell you like mask not sealed, he was like this.
Oh gosh. So he's just not comfortable from the start.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And he was so frustrated and upset about it. And we'd already have had so much trauma within the bedroom quarters that I was like, you know what? Let's just not do this. I mean that in the most wholesome way. We've, we've had so much trauma with sleeping,
Okay.
with specifically this
Okay.
me waking up and hearing him choking,
Yeah.
me waking up hearing him snoring, not breathing fully,
Yeah.
and the kicking from the restless legs, and him being like, I can't fall asleep, and he cannot fall asleep till 4 o'clock in the morning and has to get up at 8 for work.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on that, like, his doctor was like, a lot of this can and will be cured with just the CPAP. Your brain will stop functioning like this. But at the same time, there's a lot of articles about if you don't sleep long enough, your body just decides we don't sleep for a reason. And so let's just keep not sleeping.
Yeah.
So when that happens, you have PTSD just in the room in general, or in that room, or when you lay down, it's all triggering.
Yeah.
So that when he got the mask and he put it on, it was like that was a real treat because he was like, oh my God, the stupid thing, it was just frustration to the max. Totally
Yeah.
understandable though. I like just feel awful for him, really. So he takes it off. I ordered a new magnesium that I'm gonna have to show you guys at some point, or I'll put it on. I think it's helped a lot
Hmm.
considering where we were. We were like at the bottom of the barrel with sleep, and now me not sleeping either. And I lay in bed having anxiety that he's choking or his brain's not working and telling him to not breathe, and I'm gonna wake up and he's just gonna be dead.
Yeah.
So, a lot going on. So it's been horrible. That has been actually horrible, nightmare. If anyone is dealing with it, I understand. Um, and he was so frustrated and exhausted. He went to work like 3 days in a row where he was like, I feel ill. Like I'm just nauseous. I can't function. You just imagine. That's
Yeah.
why they use that like for torture and war. They
Yeah.
make you stay awake because it's so horrible for you.
Yeah.
So that's where we were. The both of us were in a torture chamber of our bedroom quarters. So we ordered a new mask.
Yeah.
It finally came yesterday after being delayed for 3 days.
Oh, okay.
So he put it on last night, and he has been trying to leave it on for 1 hour. That was last night. So he'll do it again tonight
Leave it on for 1 hour to try to just get to sleep.
to get used to it,
Get
period.
used to
Because
it.
it's
Okay.
just, it's blowing so much air. Like if you were to go like this and just hold it, your lips will be like, because it's so
Oh.
aggressive. So it has to seal. So you're tightening it, and then you're kind of like breathing, and it's just going with the air. It's just like skyrocketing this air, and you're just like so like the at least the first hour he was like, I'm getting this thing's trying to choke me. I can't breathe. So then it was like, well, it's trying to help your breathing. It's not trying to harm your breathing.
Yeah.
But it's such a weird sensation that it's hard to get used to it. But I mean, I'm proud of him. I'm really proud of him. He went to a doctor. He went and got a machine. He talked to someone about how to get it calibrated. He's been patient about doing it. He started taking the magnesium to try to help him fall asleep and stay asleep better. So it's been good. I mean, we've taken magnesium for like years, but we never got this type of like one with all these different types. Like there's so many different magnesiums apparently,
Yeah.
you know, but it's actually been really good. So I'm hoping that like lately he can bring it downstairs and he can wear it while we're like watching TV or like doing something normal, get used to it, which is another friend of his suggested that. So we'll see what happens.
Gotcha. So
So that's all.
we're getting through winter. We're getting to spring.
Yeah.
Darren's gonna be
February was
sleeping.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, February was awful. We're going on.
You're gonna get through
We're ready for bigger and better things.
Pilates. So with Pilates, are you gonna? So that's great about Darren. We're gonna have to talk about that on how you take
We'll talk
care.
about that later. Yeah.
If you do pass and everything's good in April, are you gonna try to get a job right away? Are you
Yeah.
gonna do it for yourself? Or are you gonna work for a gym?
No, I want to basically, no, I want to kind of do it myself. I want to just like have my own. The goal would be to either rent a small space. That would be like my studio. And I would just have my own little company and do like two reformers in the beginning where
Hmm.
you just do either one person, or you do a couple or a person and their friend. Because a lot of times people feel more comfortable when they go to do something with someone that's new, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, they feel like awkward.
Yeah.
So yeah, send me some ideas for a name for a studio,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
Darren gave me a couple. They were really adorable and not very Pilates appropriate at all,
Like
but they
what?
were very cute. It was like Bubbling Brook because my middle name is Brooke and he like loves my middle name. He's like, "What about a babbling brook?" And I was like, "For a Pilates studio? Okay, what about Brooks Pilates?" And I was like, "Okay."
Everyone's
Just
just think you're
real
Brooke.
cutie little names.
Yeah.
Yeah, no big deal. MBL Pilates. I'm like, MBL. He's like, yeah, Melissa Brooke Layton, like maiden name. I was like, okay. He's
Okay.
like, all right, what about Brooks? Brooks Girl Studio. I'm just like, oh my God, but adorable. So supportive.
That's funny. At least he's
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, he is excited and he's been super impressed with how I've been doing everything. Like he's like, good job trying. He's been very, very supportive. He's been kind of amazing with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and to answer your question earlier about what is a master instructor like as an example, my instructor, she was like talking to all of us and she's like, and a lot of you guys may think to yourself, I know exactly what I'm doing. And you're going to come in here and you're going to try to test. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen many women fail this
Gosh.
test. So don't think, oh, I don't need to listen to her about this. I don't need to listen to her about that. I am here to make you succeed. That's how she is.
And is she
So
the one
she's
that's gonna
firm.
is she the one that's gonna do your assessment?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you gotta
Well, I
listen.
listen to everything she says.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Every mandatory spot.
Oh.
Somebody was like, "Well, when you go into rolling like a ball, don't you think it would be a better idea to hold the ankles from the other angle?" She was like,
Yeah, if you want to fail.
"Pretty much." I think she almost laughed, like in her face, was like, "Aha, that's not a real question, right?" Okay,
Moving on.
just like moving
What if
on,
she
like
was
you're an
like,
idiot.
what if she's like, get out? And I'm like, no, it's just a question. She's like, no, get out of my studio
No,
right now.
I'm serious, kid.
Oh man.
Oh God. Anyways, well, guess what? We're ready to thrive. We're back.
We're back. We're
We
gonna
got through February. That's what
got
happened.
through
Let's just
February.
call it.
Barely got through February, and now we're
Yeah.
back.
We're like out of the black hole of
We're
February.
out of the black. No, we're out of the red into the black.
We're out of the black. That's not a
Um,
song, but it seems
no, it could
like
be.
it. No. Yeah, it is cool.
So we're back. We're back for the
We're
summer,
back. We're better
spring.
than ever.
We're gonna have some good episodes coming up. More
Yeah.
guests. We're just getting
And
through
again,
life.
our merch is out.
Merch is out, but
Oh yeah.
it's just
But
fun to
worth
have the
it.
merch
It's
out
just
there.
fun.
I'll tell you. We gotta have Lee back on. It's been a minute since
You
she's
gotta have Lee back on, I know. I texted her today actually, and I was like, you need to get back on the pod for some juicy goss.
yeah. And then I want to have Jenna on to talk Wim
Yeah.
Hof when I finish the book.
Yes, that would be cool. You need to have also, I want to just bring this up. Did you guys hear that they found the strangler? The shoot, let me find it real quick. It'll take just a second.
Scranton Strangler.
Cut out that other stuff that I was saying to get this in. We need to have a pod and discuss the fact that Jack the Ripper,
From like the 1800s.
yes, somebody bought a coat of his or like a handkerchief of his that was from a crime scene then
Hmm.
and found out who it is. I mean, not that it matters, but isn't that crazy? Serial killer Jack the Ripper case figured out. We're wrapping up, honey. You can come over. Darren just got done from the gym. We're wrapping up though, baby.
Hey, buddy.
Look at that cutie.
Hey guys.
Dinner's
Hey.
right there. It's nuggets and sweet potato. I know it's random.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let me show you how important this Pilates thing is. Here's my order. It's my screensaver.
Oh
So I
my
can just
God.
read it whenever I want.
Man.
Gag.
Darren, give me a song.
Darren, Give him a
Darren,
queen.
throw a song on the list this week.
Baby.
What'd
Give
you
him a
listen? What'd you
good.
listen to at the gym today?
Ooh, now you're gonna get in trouble. I have a great song for this week.
Yeah, I have a
And
good
I'm
song too.
talking good. Like you're not gonna see it coming though. Can you turn the oven off? I forgot to turn the oven off. Baby.
Nope.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
That
Float.
Modest Mouse one is already on the pod though, I think.
Green Day, Welcome to Paradise.
I'm gonna do You Do the Same by Anti-Flag. A little
Okay.
little punk one.
So
Ooh.
Cannon's Heartbeat Highway.
Okay. Who's that?
Cannons?
Cannon. Okay.
Oh, Cannons is good, yeah. I want to see them in concert.
And of course, Jason Isbell, Cover Me Up.
Okay. So there's
Yep.
Darren's two. Melissa, what do you got? Let's wrap this up. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Or Mount Joy.
Baby, you've
Silver
said it.
Lining.
It's done.
What do you got?
I only got one song for the
All right.
night, and this is gonna go way back, but this is a good vibe. What? Janet Jackson.
Okay.
That's the way love goes.
Oh, that's a good groove. That's a
Dude,
good one.
this song is so fire.
Yeah.
Like a moth to the fire.
Yeah.
Careful watching it. Careful.
Careful
Easy
watching it.
Like
It might
you
bring
gotta
up
you got to be
bring up
careful listening to
urges.
that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well this has
We gotta
been
go.
awful.
It's been horrible. Kill me now.